Hello guys, today to sneak in a little horror movie review episode for Halloween, we're going to talk about the movie Don't Look Under the Bed, a TV movie from Disney. It was released in 1999, it's rated TV PG, it's about an hour 40 long, it has 6.9 out of 10 on IMDb with no critic reviews. Um, it stars Aaron Chambers, who was in Stargate Atlantis, and Ty Hodges, who was in Even Stevens. It's directed by Kenneth Johnson, who was responsible for the Incredible Hulk series. On Rotten Tomatoes, there's not a critic score, but there's an audience score of 68% with 800-ish audience people. It's available to stream on Disney Plus, DirecTV, and Sling. It's available to rent on Amazon. It's available to buy on Amazon, Google Play, and YouTube. Um, and it wasn't really released on DVD. Um, so my God, a lot of people say it's probably the best Disney Channel movie ever, and I haven't seen all of them, and I did grow up with quite a few of them, but based on what I looked at, technically it probably is. I mean, the reviews and numbers are technically the highest. I haven't seen a Disney Channel movie so close to a 7 rating on IMDb. So what's it about? Basically it's this girl, this smart girl, this young girl, her first day of high school, she skipped a grade, she's going in. There was some past trauma that's been referenced. I won't say what it is, but it's pretty big family trauma. And it kind of makes her grow up a little bit, but there's strange things going on in the town, and they're getting linked to her now. And then an imaginary person comes along and kind of wheels clues her in a little bit on what's going on, and it goes from there. So what just sticks out about this movie? First of all, the camera work and the effects are really, really, really trippy and cool. They're really good for this, and the story is incredibly ambitious. They are trying to convey like a really legitimate and deep good message. In fact, this is one of the few Disney Channel movies, if the first and maybe one of two or three or whatever, I'm not quite sure, that's actually PG. And there was some controversy behind it because parents thought it was too scary. Parents thought it was too scary. That's why Disney Channel rarely airs it on TV, and that's why it was hard to find for a while until they did Disney Plus, and the rise in its popularity over the years kind of gave it a bigger, wider release on other things. But yeah, acting is great. The acting is very solid in this movie. I have zero complaints on the acting. It the, it is written really well. Now the movie has its lighter moments for sure because it is a kids movie. It is for family, but make no mistake, it's a horror movie. It has horror elements like the scenery, the atmosphere. Some of the shots. Like this movie does a great job of doing a lot of cool angles, and some of them are for a little bit more on the humorous aspect, but for the most part, they're more for the tension. Kind of get this idea. This idea. Now, granted, if an older person like myself has seen a ton of horror movies and the stuff like this stuff isn't exactly super original, but for a movie like this, they're great because it's a great introduction to these for little kids to these more ambitious stuff, and they're done pretty well. And they're done in a way that makes it feel a little bit original. But yeah, the acting's great in this. I love the story. I love like the climax when they go to this other thing. I won't say what it is, but I'm really stickler on spoiler stuff, even if they don't seem like typical spoilers. It is done really cool looking. Like when I talked about Hocus Pocus a while ago in movie theater reviews, it's when I talked about its atmosphere towards the climax, it's kind of similar here. It looks really really good for a TV movie, and I love it. Um, there is a twist in this movie. I won't say what it is, of course, but I think it's a really good twist. I mean, Is it a tad obvious? I don't think so. I just think it might have seemed a bit more obvious to me because I did see it when I was a kid, so I was a little familiar with it going into it. But even then, it was still like that fits perfectly, and all this shit ties together to that family tragedy slash emergency, that scary thing that happened to the family that triggered everything. It's just God, I say watch this movie for sure. This is definitely a movie not only for kids, but I also think some of the older people might cling to it as well. I mean, it's not exactly Shakespeare per se, but in terms of like grabbing a very important family event in tying it into how it affects us and how we change and how we grow and what we lose and whether what we lose is good or bad, or how much of it's good or bad, and how much we can get back. It deals with that and mixes that in with everything else perfectly. It is a really well done movie, and I, I think I agree that it probably is. I mean, I could be wrong. I could see something else. I know Luck of the Irish gets thrown around quite a bit. Clue in for the next episode for that, and and in 13th Year and what else? There's a few, some other horror ones as well. But yeah, this is really this is a really good movie. I think if you're gonna watch one Disney Channel movie ever, it should be this one. That's my opinion. It should be this one without a doubt. It's just that good. In terms of anything else, I don't really have much else. This is pretty solid movie. Like I said, in terms of availability, like I said, it's not on DVD, so you're gonna have to stream it, but it's there. I mean, it's on Disney Plus, so I definitely recommend getting Disney Plus to see it, especially before Halloween ends, because I don't know if they'll keep that stuff up after Halloween ends. They might take it down. I don't know if they'll keep it for the long term. So you might want to try it, but it's also available to rent on Amazon or buy. So if you're fine with renting it, then go ahead and do that with Amazon. Um, but yeah, it's a really good movie. I highly recommend it. And yeah, guys, thanks for watching. In case you wanted to chat with me, Mike, or anyone else at the Campy Company, you don't want to use the YouTube comment section, we have a couple options. One is we have a Discord channel, which you can find a link to that in the About page / About section of our channel. And we also have a discussion tab, which you can access through your computer or your laptop. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Please subscribe and like the videos, and have a good day.